Most people are at least vaguely familiar with the story of Peter Pan. Peter, the boy who refuses to grow up, takes Wendy, Darling, and her brothers to Neverland, where they have fantastical adventures, flying around, fighting Indians and pirates with the Lost Boys. But while it is true that Peter Pan never grew up, no matter what Steven Spielberg's Hook tried to tell you, did you realize that both the Lost Boys and the Darling children all eventually grew up? And eventually, they all forget how to fly. It almost seems to be a fact of life that when you become an adult, you lose your sense of whimsy and imagination. You forget your dreams and you become jaded and cynical. You forget how to fly. I was thinking about this recently, and so I asked a couple of my teachers if it is in fact true that one's dreams must die when one becomes an adult. My one teacher laughed and said, "What, they haven't already?" But Mr. Naylor, my old math teacher, simply asked me, "Well, what are your dreams?" For all my fretting and worrying that my dreams were going to die, I hadn't given much thought to what my dreams actually were. Well, I dreamed that I'll be able to stay a creative person into my adulthood. I like drawing little cartoons on 3x5 cards that I sometimes show to my friends. I hope that's something that'll continue into my adult life. I dream that I'll be able to make and maintain meaningful friendships, even when I'm all grown up. I'm a bit scared that I'll end up like other adults I see in my life. They tend to pair up and isolate themselves, as it were. I guess I'm a little scared that I'll wake up one day and find that, oh, I'm a bald, middle-aged, middle-class man living in a house with a 30-year mortgage, a white picket fence, a wife, 2.5 kids, and a golden retriever. Mr. Naylor listened to me, and when I was done, he simply told me this. "No, I don't think your dreams have to die. I think that you have to decide what your dreams are, figure out what you have to do in order to achieve them, and then head in that direction." Red Lion, I think that the reason we don't chase our dreams so many times is that we haven't decided that we really want that dream. Once we've decided that, we'll stop hesitating. We will make a plan and we will follow through with it if it's something that we really want, even when it doesn't feel fun. And I think that's what Mr. Naylor was getting at. At the same time, though, I honestly think that we need to be willing to let our dreams change, no matter what they are. I mentioned that I was scared of basically an average American upper middle class existence. But when I think about it, there's nothing wrong in and of itself with having a mortgage, a white picket fence, 2.5 kids and no hair. Except for the half a kid part, that's mathematically impossible. What I'm truly afraid of is that I'll end up there because I was complacent, because I took the path of least resistance. Because, let's face it, I have no idea what is best for my future, and probably neither do you. The best opportunities that will come into our lives are those that we probably can't even imagine yet. It is okay to grow up, to let your dreams change, to even let some dreams die. But it is not okay to let your dreams go away because you were complacent, because you took the path of least resistance, or because you didn't put the work into reaching whatever your goal was. The other thing most people miss about Peter Pan is what, in my opinion, is the lesson of the story. It's okay to grow up. The real tragedy of the book isn't that Wendy becomes an adult, but that Peter refuses to. Yes, he is happy and innocent, but he is just as much heartless and cruel. He kills pirates for fun. He thinks nothing of whisking the darling children away from their grieving and heartbroken parents. Peter may have cool adventures, but his mantra remains, to die would be an awfully big adventure. It is only when we choose to grow up that we can fully embrace all that life has to offer and say, to live is an awfully big adventure.